I'm Elizabeth Henson. Welcome to the Messy Success Podcast, where I'm helping creative dreamers and overachievers tackle business and life. After 6 years of being my own boss, I finally unraveled a tiny bit of what it takes to survive in this amazing world of being an overly creative entrepreneur. I'm your business bestie, here to help you with all those big ideas and to normalize some of the day-to-day struggles that we all share. My mission is simple. I want more women to make a living doing what they love and to feel good about themselves in the process. The best way to start? We can't do it alone. So welcome. I hope you'll hang out with me here where it's totally okay to be messy. Hello, and welcome, you guys. Happy December. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite times of year. I love Christmas. I told you guys last episode that I am taking December off from shooting so that I can kind of embrace the holidays a little bit more with my family. So far, so good. I am still a little bit very much in business overwhelm mode, but I think after this week, it's going to get a little bit better, right? We hope so. We had such a head start on all of our decorating, except for the tree. We are late getting our tree, and it's like, I gotta get my tree. I gotta get the magic up before the month is over. Can anybody relate to that? I love the holidays so much. So today is a special episode because I'm going to be telling you guys all about the Shine the Light Challenge that is going to be happening on Facebook. So the last time I did this challenge was in May of this year. It was the first time I ever did it, and it was such a crowd pleaser. I loved it. It was before I launched the podcast, so that's why it's the first time you're hearing of it, and I made some new friends. We really just drummed up a lot of momentum and made a little bit of our own movement called the Shine the Light Challenge. So let me dig in a little bit and tell you all about this. So the Shine the Light Challenge is all centered around the fact that we have this little superpower to change someone's day. Did you know that we all wake up every morning and we have an opportunity to change someone's day, to spread kindness or positive words and encouragement to others? That doesn't mean that we have to be an obnoxious, crazy, positive, bubbly, get on everybody's nerves type of person. But I think it's so important that we look in the mirror and understand that we all have this superpower. There is nobody that doesn't have the superpower of the ability to change someone's day with kindness or encouragement or whatever that might be. Have you ever been the one having a rough day and there was one person that changed it for you? I know that I have so many times, especially being an entrepreneur. We ride this crazy roller coaster of ups and downs on a daily basis. Rejection and failure are constant in our world. But in the same day, we can receive an amazing review or a comment or someone just letting us know that the work that we're doing is inspiring them in some way. We can literally experience failure and this life-changing encouragement in the same day. And those words of encouragement, hey, what you're doing is inspiring to me. It makes me want to do better and work harder. Those words can completely change the trajectory, the path of our emotional roller coaster for that day, which could ultimately change the outcome, right? Because if we feel good about ourselves, we can show up in a different way. The other day, I had one of those really, really hard mom mornings. I shared about it on my Insta stories. I bumped my head on the car door. I mean, it was just one of those mornings that the idea of throwing in the towel is so in the forefront of my mind. And I got the kids to school. I finally, was like breathing in a sigh of relief. And I saw this really incredible, sweet shout out about the podcast that someone had written on their Instagram. And, I was reminded that all the hustle and the hard work and, bumping my head because I'm rushing and the balancing act of mom life and business life that's so exhausting some days, I was reminded in that moment that it is worth it. it is worth it, because if the work that I'm doing is encouraging one person to show up for their dreams, to show up for their business, to show up for that life that they want, if I'm doing that for one person, then the work that I'm doing is worth it. And, we don't always need the words of affirmation, but they sure do help. And they can surely change your day. So whenever possible, I do my best to pay it forward. And I encourage someone else, or simply asking other people to encourage others, or to just stop and think about who inspires you. But we all fall short sometimes. I had a string of broken friendships in 2018, all because somehow in their eyes, I fell short. From talking about my business too much or not doing things fast enough. I mean, the list of failures is grim, you guys. And I've had to do a lot of soul work around this. There's a lot of lessons that I can take away and improve. I am actually decent at taking criticism, right? Like, as long as I know what I've done wrong, then I can put my best foot forward in fixing it. But I also have to understand that I can't and I never will be able to please everybody. And I am such a people pleaser. And I'm a number 2 on the Enneagram. I think I'm saying that right. The Enneagram scale. If you haven't taken that personality test, I'm going to put it in the show notes because it's a really great one. It explains a lot about why my soul can be so crushed when somebody doesn't like me. Please tell me I'm not alone in that. And I know as an entrepreneur, we're trained not to care what other people think. Like, such a huge part of being able to make it, being your own business owner, is you have to know that you can't please everybody, and you have to kind of not care what other people think, right? But for me, being a people pleaser and being a number 2, it is like a crazy balance of emotions every single day. So it's been a year of a lot of soul work for me, trying to figure out what can I do to improve and slow down and take better care of my relationships, but also letting some things go and just knowing that no matter how hard I work, I will not be able to please everybody. That's hard for the person that I am. So it's still a work in progress, but thank goodness for my strong and steadies, my husband, and, all of you guys who listen. Oh my gosh, just the act of listening helps keep me afloat, right? So thank you for that. I hope that some of you guys can relate to my struggles. But anyway, I also wanted to share and talk about the fact that we are all going through something, right? Whether it's broken friendships or loss or grief, sick family members, losing pets, and some people go through things quietly. So this whole Shine the Light challenge is simply an act of recognizing that our actions can change someone's entire day or bring a light to their dark cloud. Even making a bright day brighter. It's all pretty darn awesome that we have the ability to do that. We get so focused on our own work, on our own social media, our own goals, that we forget how powerful it is to simply slow down and stop and pay attention to what someone else is doing. I know I say this all the time, but everybody wants to be seen and heard, right? Of course, ourselves, we want that. But if we can remember how badly we want to be seen and heard, and know that the person next to us wants the same thing, if we can stop and give them that opportunity to be seen and heard, or to recognize their efforts, it can completely make their day. And I think that's pretty cool. So the Shine the Light Challenge is a 1-week daily challenge. It all happens in a pop-up Facebook group. That means that the group is active while the challenge is going on and for about a week after, and then I archive it. So this is not a long-term commitment. This is a very short-term commitment, a very good way to make some new friends on social media, to come hang out. It's at facebook.com/groups/EHP Shine the Light. I will put that in the show notes as well. Each day there's a different challenge, giving you easy ways to shine the light on people you love or admire, and that also helps to grow momentum in your business. And I talk about that a lot in the group, about not only is this amazing because we can change somebody's day, but when we shine the light on other people, it builds momentum in our business, right? Anytime we tag another business owner, we interact on somebody else's page, it's putting us in the eyes of other people, and it's kind of forming the way that people view us, right? And when we compliment other business owners, it shows that we are confident in our own abilities. We are not afraid of competition. We are not afraid of someone else looking good, right? We've all met those people that they want all the pie. They want all the pie and they squeeze their fist so tightly around everything that they have, and they're simply afraid that saying something kind to somebody else publicly is going to somehow take away from their own light. And that's completely false. I've had clients book me because they say, we love what you do for the community. We love that you're not afraid to work with other photographers. Like, people have actually handed me their money and booked me for services because of this work that I do to promote others. Because A of all, yes, of course, I mean it. But B of all, they see that I am confident on my own 2 feet and running my business. They see that I care about other people and that I care about my clients, and that I only want clients that want to work with me, that I'm not just opening my doors and taking any client off the street. I want the people that truly value the work that I'm doing. So in the group, we will, like I said, we'll have these daily challenges that give you easy ways to do this without having to think too much to help you gain momentum in your business. We're going to help you grow your business with love. And I speak on certain topics, and we also have guest speakers who come in and they do Facebook Lives to give you an extra boost of inspiration and game-changing takeaways. So I totally hope that you will join us. The party starts on Monday, but I've already activated the group and I'm showing up in there today. Suicide rates and depression are at an all-time high with social media and, just the world the way that it is today, where everything is so public, everything is shared. Teenagers are having a completely different experience than what I had growing up. And it really wrecks me, you guys, to really think about this and how the world is changing. And this is just a small opportunity for us to do our part. The holidays especially can be so tough for some people, and we may not even know it. We don't know what they're going through. So why not use that superpower that we have to get out into the world and make some people's days brighter right before Christmas, right? So come join us in the Shine the Light Challenge. It is so much fun. You're going to get so much traffic and momentum and all the happy feels, right before the holidays. So I hope you'll join us there, facebook.com/groups/EHP Shine the Light, or you can hop on over to the show notes at elizabethhensonphotos.com/podcast and get in on all the fun there. I cannot wait. I'll see you there.